All right, guys. So Tom Homan is the border czar. And, he's been the one sort of spearheading these mass deportations. And you guys know, I mean, it's been ugly. ICE was seizing people who were like U.S. veterans. And there was one family that was Puerto Rican, so they're U.S. citizens. And it included a toddler that they seized. And they're sending people, immigrants to Guantanamo Bay, and they originally said we're only sending the worst of the worst, the violent criminals, but then come to find out there's no evidence they're sending violent criminals at all. They're just sending people to Guantanamo Bay. Really dark, really ugly. Well, anyway, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez comes out, and she's like, hey, people need to know their rights. You need to know your rights when it comes to ICE. So here are the things you could legally do when it comes to ICE. And, a lot of the advice is like, don't open the door. Don't open the door. They have no right to come in. Don't open the door. And she goes through like a whole list of stuff. And what she's doing is a public service, especially because the overwhelming majority of all these people that they're cracking down on and deporting and being assholes to, these are not violent criminals. They're just not. They're just not. And so, of course, this massively triggers the far right and MAGA. And now AOC becomes yet again public enemy number one. But what I'm loving about AOC right now is she is not backing down. She's not. She's fighting. She's standing up. And that's going to pay dividends, man, in the long run, because there's so many Democrats who are scared of their own shadow. They have no spine. They're really not good at this. AOC has been current and up to date on everything that's happening, and she's been engaged and involved, and she's been fucking throwing haymakers. That is real shit, okay? So she tells immigrants their rights. Tom Homan goes on Fox News and says the following.
Heard you talking about AOC over the weekend. Do you believe she is breaking the law?
I'll leave it up to DOJ. What I find disturbing is that any member of Congress wants to educate people how they evade law enforcement. You can claim you're educating those constitutional rights. Okay, you can keep that claim. What she in fact is doing is telling people don't open your door, hide in your home, don't talk to ICE. We're talking about people who are in the country illegally, committed a crime, they're a public safety threat, they've been convicted of
That's a lie. The idea that they're only going after violent criminals is a fucking lie.
Serious crime, and they've been ordered removed by a federal judge. So it's like AOC and others don't want ICE to enforce the laws that they enacted. She's a member of Congress. Let us enforce the laws you enacted. That's what we're supposed to do.
You can't go after her. Do you think others should?
No, I think I've asked DOJ, where's that line of impediment, of interference? Now, if someone stands in your way, prevents you from arresting somebody, put your hands on you, that's impediment. But what line is telling people to hide from ICE, not open the door? Where do you cross that line on impediment? So I've simply asked the Department of Justice, give us that line.
You have talked to them about this. That's what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Wow.
So he is saying, I'm asking the Department of Justice if we can arrest AOC, if we can go after AOC, if we can investigate AOC. I'm trying to crack down on her using the justice system because she has the nerve to educate people about their constitutional rights. And then they whine and cry and bitch and moan when we call them fascists. If this isn't fascism, what the fuck is? If this isn't authoritarianism, what is? If this isn't tyranny, what is? A sitting congresswoman explaining to people their constitutional rights, and he's like, I'm investigating her because I think she's impeding law enforcement from doing their job. This is incredible. That's like saying if you tell a cop, hey, you have to read me my Miranda rights, that, oh, you're impeding justice, and now we're going to arrest you. This is what we're talking about here. All right, more. So he goes on Laura Ingraham. He's on a tour to threaten AOC. That's what he's doing. Here's what he says now.
Tom, you got AOC out there, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman, putting out a webinar, doing a webinar to help illegals avoid, I guess, apprehension, giving tips about how to continue to remain in the country and ultimately game the system.
And I sent an email today to the Deputy Attorney General. At what level is that impediment? Is that impediment?
So he wasn't kidding. He is literally prodding the Department of Justice. Can I arrest AOC? Can I please arrest her?
I'm not an attorney, I'm not a prosecutor. Is that impediment? Is that impeding our law enforcement efforts? If so, what are we going to do about it? Is she crossing the line? So I'm working with the Department of Justice and finding out where is that line that they cross. So maybe AOC is going to be in trouble now, but I need the AOG to opine on that, because there's impediment is impediment in my opinion. I'm not a prosecutor, but we need some further guidance on that. But again, if we have to take every federal dollar out of the city, we'll do it. I mean, we're done.
In other words, I really, really want to arrest her because I hate her, but I'm not sure I'm allowed. And even our insane Justice Department might say this will never work in court, but I mean, I want to get her so bad. So AOC responds, maybe she's going to be in trouble now Maybe he can learn to read. The Constitution would be a good place to start. Democrats, this is what we want. This is what we want to see. You see this right here? Take fucking note. Cory Booker was giving seminars on like, Democrats, here's how you can keep up in the social media age. Post 3 times a day on Instagram. Post 4 times a day on Twitter. Post 2 times a day on this social media. Like, are you out of... What does that even mean? Post what? They say things like, we are the party that believes in rule of law. Like, oh, what AOC is doing is staying current, staying on top of the news, staying on top of what the psychopaths are saying, fighting back aggressively, actually getting involved, telling immigrants their rights as we witness a fucking fascist crackdown where people are being sent to Guantanamo Bay. You want to talk about breaking the law? That is wildly illegal, wildly unconstitutional. That's not even close. You're going to send immigrants, who, by the way, again, are not violent criminals, to Guantanamo Bay, an extrajudicial prison to hold them indefinitely. It's not even like, hey, we're going to send them there, we're going to process the claim, and then we're going to do whatever. No, they're keeping them there indefinitely. No due process, no habeas corpus, no recourse whatsoever. That's illegal. You're the criminal, Tom Homan. You and Trump and what you guys are doing, you're the problem here. And AOC recognizes that, which is why she's fighting back. All right, more. Here we go. So now Tom Homan goes on, what is this, Newsmax? I guess it's Newsmax. But he appears to be drunk in this clip, and the more he talks, the more desperate and pathetic he sounds, because what AOC is doing is fighting back and humiliating him. Okay, here we go.
First of all, I think she's, I won't go after her on
Tom,
national
please
TV
do. Please.
He's drunk. He's fucking drunk.
Please do. Say what's on your mind. It's a holiday.
Look, she's the dumbest congresswoman ever elected to Congress, and she
says the person who doesn't know what's in the Constitution, doesn't know what AOC is legally allowed to do, doesn't give a fuck about the Constitution, as he virtue signals and pretends like he's upholding the Constitution. Don't talk to me about fucking dumb. You're Donald Trump's border czar, bitch. You think we respect you? You think we respect you as you guys launch a fucking fascist crackdown in this country?
And look, bottom line is, I can't believe any member of Congress, Republican, Democrat, Independent, would want to educate criminal illegal aliens.
He is so drunk.
Who are in the country illegally, been convicted of a violent crime, and have been ordered removed by an immigration judge.
Again, that's a lie. The idea, we're only going after the violent criminals. We know that's not true. We know that's not true.
To due process at great taxpayer expense. You got a congressman or congresswoman that does not want...
He is so drunk, bro. He is so drunk. He's got tequila running through his veins, homie. What are we watching?
To do the job that Congress has mandated them to do and funds them to do.
Jesus Christ. So AOC responds to this one. This is why you fight these cowards. The moment you stand up to them, they crumble. Homan has nothing. The Fourth Amendment is clear, and I am well within my duties to educate people of their rights. He can threaten me with jail and call names all he wants. He's got nothing else. By the way, and I think AOC said this too, you want to arrest her? Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me know how that works out for you. Again, they're overreaching so much. They're going so far, so fast, breaking everything in sight. Trump, Elon, this fucking prick. And you are causing a massive groundswell of opposition. Like, don't take my word for it. Don't take my fucking word for it. We just went through it. Look. Anti-Trump 50-51 protests break out across the country. And then you got videos here from Washington, D.C. You got videos from New York City. You got a real... Look at this. There's a lot of fucking people here. If you're going to do an authoritarian takeover, if you're going to do a fascist takeover, the intelligent people, it's a piecemeal approach, right? It's like, it's a slow, creeping takeover. If you come in and on day fucking 1, you cut off all U.S. aid money, so no more AIDS medicine for children, you cut off NIH funding, sorry, 70% cut for you, no more medical research, no more trying to cure cancer for kids, we're cutting, hey, we got rid of the anti-scam police, so now you can be robbed by big banks, we're bringing back junk fees, right? We're raising drug prices as Trump did on day 1 with an executive order. We're pardoning 1,500. But yeah, Mr. Law and Order here. Got anything to say about Trump pardoning 1,500 January 6ers, including ones who assaulted cops and are child sex offenders? Got anything to say about that? Anything to say about that? Now some of them are arguing, no, Trump's pardon of me even accounts for other crimes I committed. That's what a lot of these guys are saying. So ones who are like literally fredophiles are like, no, Trump pardoned me, so I'm good. And so when you go in there, you move this fast, you talk about stealing Panama and stealing Greenland and war with Mexico and war with Iran and all these different things. You try to colonize Ukraine, as Trump just did, sending a contract to Zelensky saying we get 50% of your shit. You don't understand. There is a line where the people fucking rise up. You are sparking a movement. And they're too drunk on power. Trump feels he's fucking invincible. Elon feels he's fucking invincible. And history shows reality will eventually catch up with you and smack you in the fucking face, right? And as I told you, what did I tell you guys? Leaders emerge. You don't get to pick your leaders. Leaders emerge. This is an example of AOC leading. And, our hope is when other Democrats see, oh my God, look at the massive amount of positive attention she's getting. Oh my God, look at her polling numbers go up. Oh my God, look at people, treating her like a fucking rock star. They go, you know what? Yeah, I guess it's time for me to grow a fucking spine too and start fighting too. And it's a shame that these people don't have any fucking principles and convictions and they can't stand up from day fucking one. But at least some people are. At least some people are punching the bully in the nose. Because it's about goddamn time. So keep torching his drunk ass, AOC. We appreciate it. We love it. You're 100% correct. You're on factual grounds. You're defending the Constitution. And these guys are going to be unmasked as the cretins that they are. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.